Hello. How about some clapping for the start of the stream? It has been an interesting 2 weeks. But before we get into all that, 2 weeks, it's been like 8 weeks. I don't even know how many weeks it's been. Oh, it's very dark over there in the without the I'm gonna bring my sidekick in, but you're gonna notice it's kind of spooky
It
over
is
there
a little
now.
darker over here. It's the washing machines. Well,
Yeah.
I ruined it.
Well, there was more light reflection there before. Now we're gonna have to like hang a sheet over there to get you more light in that area.
Yeah.
Very dark. I could adjust it just a little bit, and we could get a little more light in there.
I don't know. I'm all right with it. It's comfortable.
Where'd my thing go? There it is.
But hello, everybody.
Hello,
By the
everyone.
way, hello, everyone.
There you
Hi,
go.
Rod. I see you. Hello, Rod.
That's a little better.
What'd you do?
There, just add a little more light.
Oh, there you go. Camera adjustment. Movie magic.
Yeah.
Darth sidekick.
Darth sidekick.
That's right.
Yes. Okay, so what was the last thing we did? Okay, we put the enclosure on the Magneto X. But was that in January? I don't even remember.
For the bougie snack fund.
For the snack fund already.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you very much. I saw Derek had been on for 21 months on Basement Bragging Rights. Amazing. That's probably the longest stretch of anyone. That's awesome. So it's been at least
4 weeks.
4 weeks
Mm-hmm.
since we did it. So in that 4 weeks, the first week went pretty well. Then the weekend came and the dryer went out. So we lost the dryer, and then we had to scramble and get a new washer and dryer. They ended up bringing it at like 9 o'clock at night. So that was poor guys too. Had like 15 stops that day. I don't even know how they work as much as they do like that. But they got him here. So there's a new washer and dryer over there now. So I know that's super exciting for everyone. And then the next day, I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been struggling with some sort of head, chest cold. You're gonna hear me cough. My voice still is not 100%, but that's been going on for I don't know, 14 days.
Seems like we're
13,
going on the
14
second
days.
weekend that you've been.
Yeah, this is day 15.
Yeah.
So I couldn't make any videos because I couldn't talk for like 3 days straight. It's like the worst case of this that I've had in 20 years. But I'm feeling much better now. I've almost got my voice back. I'm only slightly coughing in the middle of the night. So I'm sleeping now, so that's good. So now we're here. We have lots of stuff to do. The one big thing, Ron is a year already on Basic Bragging Rights. That's awesome. Time flies.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Seems like Magneto Top was a good while ago. Yes, it does seem like a long time ago. Pour one out for the old washer and dryer, R.I.P.
Our dryer died. It died when I was switching over the laundry too.
Yeah,
so of course I broke it.
It was all her fault.
And I don't know how to work a dryer.
No, she can't push buttons or nothing. It was only 17 years old. I mean, come on. So all of that. The one thing that I regret, I was lined up like the day after I got sick. My tonsil was like bigger than a softball. I was lined up to be on the stream for 1440 Makers Benefit, and I couldn't join. And we also had a stream of our own lined up to feed into that stream. Like I had things lined up for us to shift us right into his stream so that we could, add people to it. It was a big bummer that I missed out on all of that.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I talked to Shane about it. Of course, there's no hard feelings or anything, but I wish I could have been there to support it. They did do really, really well, though. I don't know what the end total was, but it was something very impressive. I want to say it was like around $15,000, something like that. I mean, they did, and it was all for World Kitchen. providing meals to all the people for the wildfires and all of that. They did a great job. They gave away a whole lot of cool stuff. So sad I missed it, but they did well without me. So kudos for all of them. All right. 16,000 in the end. Yes, I knew it was something around there. I got close, but thank you, Bob, for that. So now we're here. So we've done all the main well, not all the main projects. I still got a couple of builds that I really need to do, but they're somewhat specific. You'll hear more on that later. We worked 5 live streams on the Moldex. I did do some of that in the background. We'll catch up on that. Like all the Z is done. We've put some of the rails together. So there's a lot of work to be done there while we hang out. I got to get back on that. I have started making content again. There will be a video this week. I've already got videos planned out for the next couple weeks. And then we have Box Turtle. So I will take a moment to pause there in case there's anything in chat or anything that you would like to bring up about the washer and dryer or the events for the last 4 weeks before we jump into Box Turtle.
I mean, not much going on in chat. Some talk amongst yourselves, and so I say let her rip. I don't have anything to add, so.
The Box Turtle is a very interesting and.
Oh wait, I do have something.
Go.
Sorry, Murph has announced their weekend. Murph has announced their dates. June 19th, not 19th, sorry, 20th through
22nd?
June 20th through the 22nd. That
Friday,
would
Saturday,
be
Sunday.
correct. That would be over the summer solstice.
Oh.
Yes. So that would be the 3rd weekend in June. I don't know if anybody saw that, but yes.
And the day after, it starts the day after our 15th wedding anniversary. I remembered that.
15 years. Yeah, good for you, honey. Very nice. 15 years. That's why I strategically had us get married on an even 2010. Easy to remember.
So it's easy for me to remember, and I still mess it up. Anyway. Mike was thanking you for helping to get me
I saw that.
Again.
Well, he's doing it. He's doing it. I do nothing.
She bought me lots of NyQuil and cough medicine.
Lots of asking Dr. Google what to do. This cough is just hanging around.
I have never. A
lovely trip to Goshen to celebrate.
That's right.
Likely.
We'll hang out the longest day of the year at the Little Caesars. It'll be great.
You know what? Well, that'll be Saturday night there in the, you know what that means. Jello shots. Yeah.
Oh no.
And we'll celebrate the sun.
We should get there when the sun rises and leave when the sun sets.
Oh my God.
A full 48 hours of Murph in one day.
Sun. I think the sun rises around what 6:30 when it's at its peak. It's 14-15 hours of sunlight.
You could say we spent the longest day of the year in a hog selling barn.
Yay!
Great.
It is very likely we will be spending our anniversary weekend in Goshen. I like Goshen. I have a good time there always.
Fun nights at Chili's.
That's right.
On 2 occasions I've been to Murph, and 2 occasions on separate events, separate years, I've been to Chili's. And both times my waitress was in tears. So
absolutely not. I won't do it to him.
Poor gals.
Little Caesars, here we come.
Yeah, Little Caesars.
Taco food truck.
You can't overrun a Little Caesars. It's just not possible.
Yeah,
crazy bread for everyone.
That's right. I run out and get us lunch.
All right, so all of that is there. I'm sure our summers will be packed with all kinds. Or
Wings, etc. We got to make a trip into Wings, etc. I love that place.
I do like that. I especially like the brass rail that separates the bar. So that's like the defining moment.
That is Indiana law through and through. They're so funny about their liquor laws. I'm getting carded when you're so clearly not 20 years old. I think Mike Fancy. No, you didn't get carded, Mike, because you just had an iced tea. But Chris and I got carded when we had beers. And I'm so used to telling him, like, get me a Big Miller and I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. And it's not a problem here in Missouri. They see him. They're fine.
Yep.
They know. And then, but boy, she wasn't doing nothing until I came back with some ID.
Yep.
I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, not funny. She's just doing her job, but I found it amusing.
Yeah. No, it's good times.
They got to do what they got to
I
do.
like it.
I don't know if you knew this either, but the liquor laws in Indiana, and pay attention next time you're there, folks. The doorway going into the bar area, first of all, no one under 21 is allowed to sit within so many feet of the bar. So you're not even allowed, kids aren't even allowed to sit in that area at all. But like the entryway into going in from the dining room into the bar area can only be like so many feet, like 6 feet or something like that. It can't be, it can only be so many feet wide to allow. It's very specific. It's so odd. When I lived down there, not down there, over there in Indiana, the restaurant that I worked at the time actually had to build like a little fence, and because the entryway into the bar area was too big, and they had to like build a little guardrail fence thing to narrow the entryway. It was very strange. So, and they had to extend it out because the restroom, the ladies or the men's, one of the restrooms was actually in the bar area, and little kids weren't allowed to go in there to use the bathroom until they built this like guardrail thing that extended the entryway and narrowed it. Very strange. I mean, they got a way of doing things there.
Well, good old Goshen will be a
good old
rousing
Goshen
good
liquor
time,
laws
as usual.
So there you go, a little tidbit.
Everything you never wanted to know about.
That's right. But no dry counties in Indiana.
Oh, that's good.
So.
All right. So box turtle. What is box turtle? Box turtle is something that I've been hearing about for a while. It's an open source project. It's another way to get multi-material, multicolor onto your Clipper-based printer. I'm a sucker for a multi-material project of any kind. I enjoy punishment, so that's what multi-material usually brings. This is a very clever design. LDO, always very appreciative of everything LDO and Jason do. They sent this kit over, but I can tell you right now, it is a box of parts. And just have a gander at what's in this box. There's a whole lot of printed parts, but if you happen to want to get one of these, just beware. Let me get you over there. Yeah, there's just like endless amounts of rubber bands and cables and tubes, and they do give you some test PETG filament. But we're doing a speed unboxing here. But I mean, it is just one bag of stuff after another after another. But the coolest part is, and I hope they did this on purpose, they sent me a little turtle keychain, and it's the orange colored one, which I think is amazing.
That's super cute.
But I love it. It's a box of parts. This is exactly what I like to see. So there's going to be a lot of building here. But as you can imagine, there is going to be a ton of 3D printed parts that we are going to have to come up with. So we have to do, we have to pick what color we want, all of that kind of stuff. But while we're talking about it, here is what one looks like, and they're just adorable. Look at the little logo. It's a little turtle in a box. He's on the printed part, so this is what it looks like when it's finished, but you can imagine all these different parts, because this is 4 spools of filament, so it's a pretty good sized thing, right? But the LDO kit has the breakout board that allows you to plug it right into Clipper, and we can define it. But we got to decide all the cool parts that we need. That's the board I'm talking about, the ACF board. They give you all the slicer settings and everything. So this is the project that we have coming up. But again, lots of printing to do before we get to that. So there's Box Turtle. Super excited about it though. Everybody's saying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle colors. And I believe that's what they were going for on the one on the site there, maybe. It has gold on it, but I don't know. I was thinking, black and orange, like I make everything else. But.
Steve Builds is here. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Sergio's here.
Steve's not far behind. He's 20 months. Derek was 21. 21 is the highest one I've seen so far. That's probably when we started doing member benefits or whatever they call it.
Music Dad came in. Hi.
Music Dad. Speaking of Goshen, I'm sure he'll be there.
Oh, you betcha.
All right. Before we do Box Turtle, I want to give the Moldex some attention. So today, more of just a hangout, figure out what we're doing here. I will give you a rundown real quick of what the Moldex is, what we're doing. But I want to get my bearings about what we need to do next. I'm going to have to build, off stream, or we're never going to get anything done. But I'm pretty sure we already got like X and Y rails lined up, all the hardware and everything kind of somewhat assembled. So we should be able to start throwing some stuff together. But basically just trying to get back on track for this project is my main goal today.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Where to begin?
Yeah. Well, let's just start first. So if you haven't seen any of the, I think we're pretty much, I don't even know, what is our, I can usually gauge by how many people are viewing the chat, or viewing the stream, by if it's just our usuals or if we have more. So we're at 72 right now. That's basically our crew. We have a real strong crew of 70, 80, something like that. So
I'm seeing a lot of regulars here in the chat.
So they probably already know
Jose.
what the Moldex is. But if anybody watching this back, so Moldex is an open source 3D printed design. It is, what is it?
One Solid Cube says, I'm here. Hello.
Well, it's great to have you. The Moldex is a user-based design. It's 2 print heads. You can print in 3 different modes, but completely independent extruders. IDEX, independent extruder, what it stands for. Moldex was designed by John Molak. The LDO had a kit for it a while back. I bought it years ago. I never got it assembled, and now I want to get it put together. It's a really awesome machine. It has all the modern features, but you can print on 2 different heads. It's just a really large build. There's a lot of things to do. You have to do everything twice. There's 2 core XY belt paths, all the stuff that you can imagine that you have to do to get all this together. White buckets, I mean, all kinds of stuff. It kind of makes me feel overwhelmed just talking about it. But I've been trying forever to get this thing together. There's been so many other projects that come in that I feel like take priority over this, because I want this to be right. I want it to go slow. I want it to be really good. We are running Duet boards and RepRap to start out, but it's also a great candidate for Clipper. I think it's a great project. It's pretty expensive. To build one of these, you'd be in it like $2,500. We're talking like Voron area here. But this would be one of those builds. If you had one printer, this would be the one. It's solid built on everything. So that's the Moldex in a nutshell. The information in the description, all the links to John's work, the GitHub, all that good stuff. And by the way, if you do want to try to build something like this, there's no directions. You're just getting pictures of CAD, the images, the renders, trying to go off of it. There's a little bit of interpretation there, but I think I have all the parts that we need to complete it. And where we're at right now, the frame and everything's been built. All the Z rails are done. The Z belts are done. We're getting ready to start the X and Y pieces, and that's what we're going to try to get on today. There's all kinds of flutter in chat right now.
Steve Build gifted us 20 memberships.
Man, Steve.
And John, aka 75Cake75, has changed, or has a second account going, and that is the One Solid Cube. That's John. It's One Solid Cube.
Well, that's always good information.
Second account is what he I thought maybe he changed his handle or just decided to do something else, but second account. He's taken his new account out for a spin on the live stream. Awesome. So hello.
Well, I can tell you, when you have multiple accounts, it's going
to be confusing.
Be in one and out of the other. I happen to do that all the time.
Well, and he had made a comment earlier about being in New Zealand, and no one under the age of 18 would be served alcohol, but if you're over 10, your dad or your mom can give you a drink.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Built
right on.
Moldbot years ago. Moldbot is an awesome project as well.
Yep.
Wash that cup? What? This isn't even close to dirty.
Oh my god. Don't even get me started.
It's just seasoned. This is where the flavor comes
He's
from.
building immunities. Can't you see how healthy he is now? Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine.
Wow, wash that cup.
People in there washing their cup.
I snag it and throw it in the dishwasher every
fights
day
me
or
for
two
that
if I
cup.
can.
That is my favorite cup, by the way. All right. Oh, that is one thing that I didn't do. I just saw this orbiter extruder. John reworked some parts for us to use the 2.0 version, and I don't have a lefty. I've only got a right, so I need to get one of those.
Steve Builds was in a conversation about the frequency of coffee cup washing the other day. How many days can your coffee cup go? Hey, Maker Viking.
Yeah.
Hello. I say I wash my cup every day. I got a few cups in the cabinet, and there you go. Oregon Trail Dynasty optional. Oh, dysentery optional.
Dysentery.
Cup sponsored by the Oregon Trail. That's funny. Just rinse it out, somebody says.
Well, yeah, and that's all you really need. And that's just to get all the grounds that are in the bottom. I just don't like eating the grounds, or I wouldn't rinse it out at all.
Steve says if it's just black coffee, then it's fine to go a day or two or however long. But if you add cream or sugar or whatever, you need to wash it every day.
I wouldn't sully coffee with cream or sugar.
I wouldn't either. We drink black coffee around here. Although I've been drinking my vanilla hazelnut coffee, and I like that.
Boo.
Jeremy says no wash, just rinse, and even that's optional. I haven't washed mine in months. Gross.
I can go.
Sergio's here. Hi, Sergio.
Hey, Sergio. About a week. I'll give up after about a week, and I'll wash it.
Every time you fill it, it has boiling water in it. That kills the bugs, doesn't it?
Exactly.
I suppose so. Well, anything that can. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, a really gross story, but there was a place in St. Joe, and that's close to us. St. Joe is a fairly large town close to Kansas City, called Wire Rope. And I don't know why I remember all of this, because I knew it later. I knew a guy that worked there after I heard this story. That's why it's stuck in my memory. But I remember seeing it on the news. Like, I don't remember how it came about, but eventually somebody found security footage of a guy that worked at Wire Rope peeing in the coffee pot.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and they fired him and all that, but people had been drinking this coffee, you know, and I mean it's disgusting and everything. But I remember at the end of the news story, like he got fired, everybody's okay. That's all. The guy came on that was like assessing what could have happened, like if you could have gotten sick. And he said, there's nothing in the human body that the coffee wouldn't have destroyed. Like, as far as viruses or bacteria,
I guess
the coffee would. But I always think about that now. It's like, the coffee will kill it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure that's not 100% true, right? But
maybe.
But I always think about that for some reason when people are like, oh, coffee will kill it. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway.
There you go. So, Sean says, remember the virus that doesn't kill you mutates and tries again.
It tries again, exactly.
You bet. Tangy, John O'Shaughnessy. Guys are gross.
I knew they'd like that.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can't imagine somebody not murdering that guy.
Well, people are real funny about that now at work. About no more potluck. Like, I ain't eating anything that somebody made in their kitchen. And then now I would imagine like community coffee and things like that.
Well, think about how you feel about it, like how I feel about it. I would just, eat random things that were sitting on the counter. I won't do that anymore.
Hell no. Yeah. Well, and even this last go around, we had like a professional development day where there were no kids, but you went in and you worked on just whatever. You got caught up. And we did a potluck, And I had a few items. I mean, we're a pretty small group. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. But I myself, I volunteered to bring Rice Krispie treats, and I bought a box of Rice Krispie treats, like, because I didn't want to. I just bought a box, and no, there's no question. This is a packaged item.
Yeah.
Have fun. And I felt okay about it, you know, and I just left the box there too. That was another thing too. I didn't have to worry about taking home any dishes. I bought the box, I opened it, and I just left it there. And eventually everybody ate everything. So stop eating potluck at work when I noticed someone leaving the bathroom without washing their hands. That's what I'm talking about. People are gross.
Well, I'll say it before. Humans are, as a being, are kind of disgusting.
We are kind of very dirty. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
All right. Now that I've got all that out of the way. You know, I'm not one to throw shade at anybody. As long as, let's get into another topic that people will hate.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to see people creating stuff, right? Like I'm on the, I have things that I like. I have machines that I like. I like to build my own machines. I like to figure out how things work. But when I want to 3D print something, I just need it to work. You know, like don't make me fuss with it. I need it to work.
Right.
So there are some respects that I like to use it as a tool. But I am not very brand specific. Now, having said that, being the person that I am very invested in my friends and their livelihood and all of that kind of stuff. So I like to when I like to you know, express myself with my wallets and give that money to people that I happen to know and, you know, might help them out. So I like to do that as well. So I use all of that information to select what brand of printer that I buy, or the companies that I endorse, or and all that good stuff. Just trying to be an all-around good person, right? We have talked about Bamboo in the past and the things that Bamboo and I as a company cannot meet on, and we won't get into that. But I'm just going to go ahead and throw it on the table right now. Bamboo's had a rough couple of weeks, huh?
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa. And you know, being a YouTube person, you go just open, if you've searched on any 3D printing video recently, go open up your dashboard on YouTube right now. And I get it. It's hard to create content on YouTube. I know for a fact. But just look at all the thumbnails. Like, people throwing Bamboos in a garbage can. And there's people like, I'm never buying Bamboo again. All these thumbnails, like, they're just completely opposite, you know, of what was the Bamboo killer and blah of this and blah of that. But now it's like, you know, they're killing us all. We're never using it again. It's just,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just, that's the funny part to me. I don't really care Bamboo one way or another. I don't own one. I do care that if you all are being caused pain by this, that sucks. I don't like to hear that at all. That's bad on them if they're causing the users pain. But I'm kind of out of it altogether. But I do find it funny how the narrative just comes out, like, to get you to watch the video, right? The craziness to get you to click. That always gets me.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Bob Karn says nothing surprising in the Bamboo story. I absolutely agree with you, Bob. None of this shocks me.
Well, we've seen this kind of thing over. I mean,
this is what you get
as Americans. You know, in you know, buying things, we've seen this kind of thing over and over and over. It sucks that it had to be a 3D printer, but you know, like anyone that has bought something super cheap, like for instance, like I have one of these cameras. You know, it's PTZ camera. It costs like $20. Well, they gradually just locked it down. So basically you can't use it anymore without watching 3 ads, you know,
right,
without paying money to be in their cloud. And that's, I've seen that many, many times. And I'm not going to say that I stood back and went, well, that's what bamboo's going to do. I never thought that. But hearing some of the people and the complaints that they've had, now I kind of feel like that. And I don't want to say that that's the story because I don't know the whole story.
Right.
But I hope that's not what's getting ready to happen.
Well, like what we were discussing this morning too, and I wasn't sure. I'm not sure how much bamboos were running. Were they expensive? A couple $100s?
I want to say 1,100. Like the X1 was around 1,100. Maybe you could get like good deals on it or something. But it was pricey.
Well, that's more than I expected that it costs. And what my point was going to be was, did you get in the 2 years or 3 years that it was on, you know, that and you got it for a good price? Did you get your money's worth? And that's the question. You know, you get a bamboo, it's not as expensive as a Prusa or some of the other printers. It's not quite as pricey. You got 2-3 years out of it. Are you happy with that?
Well, and that's a great way to look at it as from the tool perspective.
Sure.
Because like any tool is like that. And you get what you pay for is a tricky statement nowadays, in my opinion, because you don't always get what you pay for. No, you
don't. Especially like in tech world.
Yeah, well, you can pay a lot for the same piece of crap that costs very little, it seems like. That's pretty common. So I don't want to lean on that. But as a tool, like, you invest so much money to try to get something out of it, you know, and I think in the 3D printer world, if you go lots and lots of money, you expect like on-site support. Like some guy comes out and fixes this thing.
Right.
You know, but if you paid 1,100 for a bamboo, got a couple of years out of it as a tool, and hopefully we're making money with said tool.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you probably did okay.
Exactly.
You know? So I don't know. I just from our perspective, from the channel's perspective, from where we are, I just hate it that there's like somebody out there that's getting ready to make something super, super cool, and they wanted to use Orca Slicer to slice said cool thing, and now they can't.
Right.
That's, I don't know.
Right.
That leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, and proprietary, it, you know.
Well, anything like that to try to lock you down.
Puts a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths about things being proprietary, which we discussed. Da Vinci printers came up in that, and that's kind of what put them. Well, and I wouldn't say put them out, but you know,
they're a good example of what not to do.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it a toaster, and I understand that. And there's a certain way to make things more stable by introducing things that they know that they can. You can only guarantee things that you can control. So if you offered filament that you wanted to use on your machine, if you service whatever there might be, there's a way to do that. But putting a QR code or RFID on your spool so it only works on said machine, that's not the way to do things.
Right.
And that's what Da Vinci tried to do. And you can see where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
But bamboo was a complete game changer in the climate. I mean, they disrupted everything.
They certainly did.
And I think they made people step up their game.
Mm-hmm.
But don't go throwing it in the toilet now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't know. It's sad to see in some aspects. But we'll prevail.
Yep.
It'll be fine.
Yep. What do you guys think? John says, yeah, but they could have bought out a new product that is an appliance.
They could have brought out a new product that's an appliance. They could have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Public service announcement. Repetier server can no longer upgrade the Prusa MK's firmware. Major fails. All right, Sergio. Proprietary equals coffee with added stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just.
DM says not cool.
Yeah, it is not cool.
Yeah. Bamboo is all former DJI guys. It was expected, at least by me. I was not shocked, Andrew. Hearing about this does not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
But again, maybe you really like it. Maybe this isn't a problem for you. You know, maybe using their stuff is okay.
Right.
You know, well, and if it is, more power to you. Do what you gotta do, man. You know?
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean,
Do you?
there's probably a lot of people that won't even notice. You know, they use the bamboo stuff. You know, they use their slicer. They do whatever it is that they have to do, and they might not even notice it.
Yeah.
But coming from our perspective, as like 3D printing is like the most open platform ever made, right? And now it's like, oh man, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. So keep the existing lineup as open source, but do a new product as lockdown proprietary, like Form Labs, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, do something.
Right.
But, and there's also a part of you too. It's like that statement right there. They've made a ton of money on the X1 and the P1P and all these different models. When is it time to just say, okay, all this is open now. We're gonna move to something else, but have at it. Here's everything we did. Thank you for all the money, and you know, and all that good stuff.
All right. Music Dad says, and some of the changes aren't as people are making it. Duff says they move the goalpost post purchase. I agree with you on that one. DM says Big Brother BS.
Yep.
They're always watching. It's okay not to care about these things and enjoy the ecosystem. Bob Karn says, absolutely.
Absolutely. That's a good way to put it.
10 times.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to switch open source to lockdown models. Yeah. John was following up saying do this instead of, yeah. And then Andrew says, due to the nature of my wife's work, I can't have a bamboo machine on my network anyway. Really?
Well, there you go.
Is she a spy? She worked for the CIA.
CIA. NSA.
NSA.
Chrome just crashed my YouTube chat.
What? Are we on?
Yeah, we're okay, on. We're still streaming.
Did we fall off?
But my computer said, nope. I've never had that happen before. Way to go, Google Chrome.
Rob H. and then Theo Kinzo in parentheses. Should we call you Theo or Rob? Hello, by the way. Years ago, I won a Prusa Mini from Chris's basement. It's still going strong, minus a few things.
Nice.
Yay.
Man,
Bamboo crashed your chat. DM, where are you? They did it. They're watching.
Oh, man, don't scare me like that.
I know. What about Bamboo's Maker World hosting stolen models from creators on other platforms? They've done nothing about it. Yeah. I don't know anything about that. Nuno says that. Shake your fist. Dang you, Google. That's it. Ah!
Whippersnappers. It's 3x8. But anyway, I mean, you know, I don't like to get involved in a lot of these long-winded conversations because they go nowhere most of the time. It is interesting to me because I am in this business, right? But mainly I just let it all go because this stuff is still fun to me. So
Canizo. All right, Rob. Henceforth you will be known as Canizo. I hope I'm saying it right. Practical printing. Oh God. Oh good. I didn't miss the panda trash talk. That's your buddy there.
Chris Russell.
Chris Russell.
Nice.
Bamboo definitely had better weeks. Ain't that the truth? That's an understatement. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's okay, though.
Well, now that we're talking about anybody on the TikTok.
Oh, no.
The TikTok, speaking of the man and watching and all that business. Anybody?
A lot of people on this stream that have never even watched a TikTok.
Anybody affected by the TikToks being banned in the United States for approximately 15 hours.
The
outrage is a good tool for other manufacturers to learn from. I agree, Duff. Very good. Practical. Oh, okay. Andrew Rogers says she's talking to Chris Russell, but he says Panda Trash Talk is my new band name. What was ours? Poison Bag.
Poison Bag. There's all kinds of good bad. I hear beeping. Is that coming from the printer or the chat? Oh man, this thing's going really poorly. I'm missing some M3x8 screws. I gotta find them.
More frogs and boiling water. That's true. What's TikTok? Rod. Sorry, Rod. You don't want to know. You'll get
Nope.
sucked in.
You don't
We'll
want to
never
know.
see you again. TikTok, not until after the morning coffee. TikTok free household. Oh, I love my TikToks. Coffee and TikTok time.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Oh yeah. Mike says I saw a lot more Canadians on TikTok during the distraction ban. That's a good word for it because that's exactly what it was. During the distraction ban. I'll bet you did. I'd heard that from I saw like European creators when TikTok came back on, that a lot of European and Canadian creators were in my algorithm talking about the American TikTok ban and how Americans weren't on it for 15 hours or so. And like, oh, then you're flooded with Canadian content from your own country, like Canadian and European content.
They kicked Americans off of it for 15 hours, and the world became a better place. Flowers started to grow in winter.
Lifted.
The dodo bird is now alive again.
That's right. The woolly mammoth too.
Woolly mammoth has now triumphed.
Beautiful, majestic creatures come out of their cave. No kidding. And then we're back.
Just as dark as it ever
to
was.
ruin your day. Americans are such jerks. I love it. Anyway. Dove says, personally, I would love to see TikTok and other shorts gone.
I would too.
I like it.
They really hurt my business.
I know, but I like it. What can I say? A lot of high-end printers are Carthage-based filament loading.
Cartridge-based,
and proprietary-based, yes.
Yep. Well, I mean, I think a lot of the large industrial type.
They're making a mammoth, John says. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Making a mammoth.
I hope so. Please.
I think a lot of the industrial type, that's the way they wanted to go. Like Kodak and Xerox and all those people that wanted to get involved in things like this. They wanted to be like a desktop, like a DeskJet 3D printer. So cartridges and all that stuff makes sense. Ultimaker tries that, right? And I don't know where they're at nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're still around, but not, personal use.
Yeah. John O'Shaughnessy says, cats and dogs living together. Total anarchy.
It was only a matter of time before that came out.
Well, it's a great line. BLD Designs gifted 10 memberships. Thanks, BLD.
Awesome.
Maurice
I feel like these
Kavanagh. Maurice Kavanagh. Hello, Maurice.
These streams are just me wandering around looking for stuff.
He's been a member for 14 months.
14 months.
Thank you for being here. Short media content is rotting the youth. Duff, I absolutely agree with you. It's crap. And even the kids at my school are addicted to screens. And some of them, we can't get to do anything without a screen in front of them. And it's, we just try to combat that. Short media content. Oh, yeah, I already read that one. You're going to have to read this. Mauritius Sergio says, at Chris, I was on Mauritius, and they had the last dodo stuffed in a museum. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, they really are making another woolly mammoth.
Sweet. Like
Jurassic Park style. I don't know. I've seen that movie.
Didn't turn out well.
10 times the cost of filament that way. DM's talking about the proprietary filament.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this would be ridiculous.
Chris Russell says inkjets are pretty much free these days. All the money is in the consumables.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of figured we would see that eventually, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of 3D printers in the future, we've been watching, we're late to everything as far as TV goes. We've been watching Star Trek Picard.
Oh, it's a great show.
There's so many 3D printers in that show that are just like used as, like replicators and medical devices. Look, if you look around at that show, there's so many like, Flash Forge that's been painted. But they didn't even remove the print head. They just moved it to one side and they make it a replicator. It's hilarious. I love it.
Mauritius, thank you. Not now. Let's not look closely at the screen addiction while we're all focused
Yeah.
on this multi-hour stream. No kidding. Did they stuff the dodo with those stovetop stuff?
But at least it is. You're watching a screen for multi-hours. It is true. But at least it's interactive.
Well, that's that. Yeah, you're not just mindlessly scrolling. Doom scrolling.
Picard, I am not one for Star Trek. I'm just going to say this. I've been watching more Star Trek because my wife loves Star Trek.
Oh, I loved it. I love it so far.
But I do love
so good.
I do love me some Picard.
I do too.
He's awesome.
Well, and I like every character on the show so far. I mean, a lot of the older ones there, but I mean the new people like Rafi and I love Seven. She's just awesome.
Of course.
And then yeah, I'm really happy with everybody. That doctor lady. Now we're in season 2 here now. The blonde doctor lady.
She's all right.
She's okay, but I mean, I still like her. So
yeah, that's what we've been doing.
There you go. Oh, Marie says, look at episode 4 of Batwoman. It's an Ender-style 3D printer spraying an item to a build plate from Z at 150 or so.
Nice. I want to see this. I love seeing that. I think that's hilarious.
Season 3 was great. They bring back the old crew. I'm looking forward to it. No spoilers.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then
Chris's
hello, William.
snowblower fund.
Chris Russell, $5 for the snowblower fund.
Snowblower fund.
No kidding. I was just lamenting this morning. How many days in a row we've had snow on the ground. It's still here. It's never going away.
So cold here. It seems like too right after Christmas. Everything just right after New Year's. Everything just.
Well, and you were on snow day for like what?
A week.
5 weeks?
We were off for an entire week. And then we just had one this week on Tuesday because it's too cold and the diesels won't start. And the wheelchair lifts won't work in extreme cold. So
we've been in like the negatives, like
it's been
super
miserable.
cold.
But this week, you've had more snow than Minnesota. I believe it. Yeah.
This week we're coming up though.
We are. This week we're going to be over 40 every day this week. Monday is 33, but we're still above freezing. And then but every other day is going to be over 40, and I think we even have a 50 in there on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to thawing out.
Thawing out.
Yeah.
How do the buckets fit on this thing?
I worked about 5 days since the Christmas break due to the cold. Exactly. It's just cold. We haven't had measurable snow here in Minnesota yet. You haven't. We got it here. We got your snow. You can have it back.
Yeah, if you're missing it, you can.
We're like 40.
You can have it.
It's summertime there. We're 40 in Celsius. It's 104 where John is.
Whew.
It's hot. Finally got into double-digit morning temps here today. That's not. Yeah, us too. We're sitting at 40 now, actually. So that's kind of nice. It's not too bad in the sun. That's the Midwestern way. It's not too bad in the sun. As long as the wind stays down, it's all right out here. Oh, Chris Russell says it's cold and wet where he is. Tennessee, I believe Nashville gets more rain than like Seattle. It's crazy. You guys get a lot of rain. When Atlanta has more snow than Southern Ontario, Canada, there's something wrong. Heck, in the last 2 weeks, we've had roughly 5 inches of snow in Georgia. Did you hear about that? That giant snowstorm that hit the South?
No.
Snowing in New Orleans, snowing in Georgia, snowing in Florida, Gulf of Mexico. Somebody did it. Somebody did a TikTok.
Then don't believe it.
And they were at the beach, I think in Galveston, and got snowed on. Like, it was actually kind of neat, snowing on the beach. It's interesting.
Snowing on the beach. Is that a drink?
It should be. It should be. Anyway, though, so Traveled home from New Zealand 2 weeks ago, nice and warm, and landed at home in Denmark, 4 degrees and a little snow.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Denmark. Things are pretty nice for you over there. Meanwhile, back in LA.
The world is literally on fire.
What? It's 70 degrees and beautiful. Oh, yeah, the world's on fire. That's right. What a terrible time. Had 6 inches of snow here, like real 6 inches, not a man's 6 inches. Woo! Let's see if we can get Jackie to read things out loud. She'll read anything on the teleprompter. Anything. Coffee time. I rinsed my cup out for the first time in months. Feeling guilty.
Nice job. Nice job.
I've seen videos of Americans having to use table salt on driveways. We had a little bit, and I shoveled.
Yeah, she shoveled.
I got out there and shoveled the driveway.
I shoveled very little.
I shoveled my half of the driveway onto his half of the driveway.
Yeah, I couldn't get out for weeks, but she could go wherever she wanted.
I needed to go to work. Somebody's got to bring in the money around here.
It's true. I'm not going to do it. I'm on strike.
So there you go.
So I'm just trying to, I guess I'll inject some 3D printy stuff here. While that's kind of what we do. So I'm just trying to get the layout. Again, we're doing this from diagrams, so I'm just trying to get the layout of all these parts. So this is the extruder holder, the orbiter and the hot end and everything we'll set up here, and this goes down on kind of this mount. This mount will be on the X. So there's 2 of these that float left and right. I'm just trying to figure out if I need to put a certain thing together first before I put these on, because I'll have to backtrack, which backtracking is kind of my thing. But if I don't have to, then that would be excellent as well. So just to interrupt everyone's conversation with a little bit of 3D printing stuff there.
All right, Glenn Hoag's here. Hi, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Water conditioner salt works too. I'll bet it does. That's actually true. Yes, I could see that.
It is salt.
It's salt. Fluorescent green is your favorite? DM wants to know.
We just decided that this was. How did we come about green? I don't remember. For all the printer builds we've done in a long, long time, all of the colors came from chat. And for some reason, we landed on green for this one. I don't remember why.
I don't either.
But
I think it looks cool, though, with the black.
We decided that was the way to go.
We voted on it. It was a vote. Yes, Sergio, it was a vote. We did vote. You put a few out, and we decided green was the best.
Yeah, and I believe it was based on like some of the stuff I already had, and then I had to get a little more. I don't remember how it went. But yes, green was the choice.
It looks cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the same thing for Box Turtle as well. I need to get those parts lined up.
Mike bought a bag by accident last year. The water softener salt. That's how he knows it works. Hey, man, salt is salt.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, it would look cool under a black light. That's true. We're going to have to.
True.
Do we have a black light?
Of course we do. Don't you remember Shaky Table and all the black light stuff?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll have to do that.
What do I want to do first here?
Some rat rig vibe stuff says.
Yeah, a little bit. Way before Rat Rig, honestly.
Yeah.
This piece maybe. So you have. Gonna talk it out. Use your words.
Figure it out for us, honey. We don't know.
Okay. So. This should go like mirror. Should go like mirror.
What are we building again? What are we doing on here?
The Moldex?
I know, but I mean, like, what part of the Moldex are we doing?
We're doing the X and Y, core XY. We're trying to decide where the buckets or the extruders and the buckets and everything go to on the actual core XY piece, and then we can set it on the printer.
Aha.
Here, let's do this. I'll show you a picture. I'll show you the picture that I'm looking at to build things. this is the section that we're doing here. So you've got 2 independent extruders on the X and Y rails. That's what we're trying to mock up.
I see.
Does that help at all?
Yes, it does, actually. Thank you. Yeah. That left and right stuff always throws me off.
Well, you know, being left-handed and all.
My brain does not work like other people's brains.
Got to bring left-handedness into this.
Of course. Yep. Yes. So, what else is going on, gang? I don't know anything else. I'm just gonna
veg out.
Moving right along. It's January. Slow times. Cold.
Let me find the part I need, and then
Hendrix was a lefty. That's true. Lots of almost February. Also true. We're getting there. Well, January and February are just the longest months for me. I have such a hard time, and I get seasonal depression. Not terrible, but, you know, just get a little in a funk, you know, because it's just cold. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. You know, I mean, it's just cold, and you don't want to go anywhere. But if you can hammer out January and February, things start looking up in March. Ooh, Andrew's daughter is doing her first college campus visit today. Wow, how old is she?
She's growing up too fast.
Is it wise to print a heated dryer box in PLA?
I wouldn't do it. You might end up with a the box might be pretty groovy after you're done. All kinds of cool shapes and stuff.
She's 16. Andrew's daughter is 16. They're doing it that early, huh? It's 16? Or is she
it takes years to get into
she gonna graduate early? And what is she interested in?
I don't know why you would want to do.
Cressy says make sure she checks around college for appropriate taco shops. I absolutely agree. You need to stake these things out early.
Gonna need tacos.
Gonna need tacos and margaritas too. Don't.
She's too young for that.
Well, for Dad, margaritas for Andrew when he comes to visit.
Yeah, that's
Can't have. Having a hard time getting comfortable today. I don't know what's going on here. That's right.
So that actually sits on top of that rail, and this folds on the bottom. That makes a little more sense.
First choice is Cal Arts, but today she's at Savannah College in Art and Design. Of Art and Design. How nice. So she's an artist. Good for her. Sounds lovely.
Where's my...
What you got over there?
Nothing.
Yeah.
The core, what is it? What does Prucia call it? Core 1? Core 1 should be shipping sometime soon. Pretty psyched about that. See what all that's about. There's another build we'll do. I don't know that I'm really, you know, like super excited about it. It's not like gonna change the world for me or anything. But you know, I'm always pumped to see what new stuff they've come up with.
That sounds good. Andrew's trying to recruit, or not Andrew, Chris is trying to recruit Andrew's daughter out to Nashville here. So, there you go.
And, you know, he doesn't have to talk about it in chat, but Chris, did you land on a house? Are you getting closer to finding your permanent dwelling?
Nashville's a lot of fun. Where'd you say you were? Murfreesboro?
No.
Not yet. Still looking.
Still looking.
Alrighty.
Well, make sure you find the right one.
Yes. Still couch surfing. Murfreesboro is where they're looking. I've been to Murfreesboro. We went to a Widespread Panic concert.
Oh my! You can't believe you admit that.
Murfreesboro, a very long time ago. Widespread Panic, like 20 plus years ago. I went to Murfreesboro for a Widespread Panic concert. Yes, a jam band. Nashville's expensive. It's getting there. Yes. Well, we went. And then this last go around, 2 or 3 years ago, we went on a little girls' trip out in Nashville, and that was fun. So, if you can't find the right one, try the left. Nah.
Speaking of left and right, I think I got 2 of the wrong part. Unless these are, no, they're not mirrored.
They did find a nice place on 2 acres, pool, hot tub, and soundproof studio. Ooh.
I like it.
That sounds nice. Left is always better. That's right, Mike. It is. It's a fact. So.
Well, okay. So I think I know enough now to at least set these rods or the linear rails on the frame for Y. So that's what we're going to do now.
Out of their budget, though. The big soundproof studio is out of their budget. Too bad.
Okay. I just keep saying okay over and over.
That's what I do.
I'm calming myself. I'm going to get through this.
What's that where you center yourself, the neurodivergent?
What? Neurodivergent?
Isn't that where you're...
Is that from Star Trek?
No, it's where you're a little off in the anxious or ADHD. That's that, I think, if I'm saying it correctly, that's that. A neurodivergent kind of thing. And then, so we say, okay, you're centering yourself.
Gotcha.
I'm also full of crap. I don't know. That's probably wrong. Did you buy that box of parts as a single kit?
So
spicy brain.
The plastic parts box. The plastic parts as a single kit. So a lot of it was a kit. There was a kit available for this from LDO for a long time. But they do not make it now. So a lot, like all the rails, the hardware, all the metal stuff, the motors, of course, it's LDO. All of that stuff, yes, it came as a kit, and we printed a lot of the parts. Now, that's not saying everything came in the kit. There's a lot of things we still had to source, like, you know, strange size magnets and things like that we still had to deal with. But yes, some of it was a kit.
All right. And it's a cool, handy box.
True.
Yes. I'm trying to think of things to talk about, and I am just drawing a blank.
Nothing?
I can't believe it. Food. We can always talk food.
Too early to talk food.
Is it? We're not even. We're just an hour in.
Yeah, we can't talk food yet.
We can't go food yet. We've talked about what we're watching on TV. We're watching Picard, which I'm really enjoying. Shape shaming the magnets. Mike wants to know. Mike, how's retirement?
Oh, I don't know if that's public knowledge.
Oh, whoops.
It is now, I guess.
Sorry. I hope I didn't ruin anything for you. Pizza. What's the best show on TV, and why is it Severance? I've not seen that one.
People have told me about Severance multiple times now. I don't know what it's on. Is it on like Apple TV or something? Because that's one we don't watch.
We don't have Apple.
Except when Friday Night Baseball's on Apple.
How about them Chiefs? I don't know. The rest of the country thinks we're a bunch of cheaters.
We are.
2 new Doctor shows, Doc and The Pit, are wonderful. Apple TV is where Severance is. So there you go. Landman is a good show.
Grip. Come on, man.
I went and saw Nosferatu. Andrew, have you seen Nosferatu yet? And what did you think of it? We didn't talk about it last time because it wasn't out yet. I live near Buffalo, so the Chiefs are the enemy. Yes, it's true. We'll see what happens this weekend. I do believe we play the Bills. They still haven't told anyone, so I still have people asking me for support questions. I have officially been underemployed for almost a month. I'm sorry, Mike, if I spilled it for you.
That's all right.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize.
I should have told you.
I didn't think about it. I think you two should go to Chipotle. We're gonna go to Capriati's tonight, sandwich shop. Get Capriati's. I think I'm gonna get a cheesesteak.
Jeez.
With those Chicago vegetables, the pickled vegetables on them. Those are yummy, yummy. Shameless. I don't know Shameless.
That's the one with like the guy from Fargo. I've heard it's good. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
People at work tell me about these shows all the time. I'm like, well, I've never seen that.
Ooh, clam chowder.
Yeah.
Tonight for Bob Carnes. That sounds all right.
I love clam chowder.
One bite. You get one bite of clam chowder.
One
That's
bite.
all you're allowed.
The cream will put me down for a week.
Thing.
I love it though. It's very good.
Yeah.
Something that happened last week, and this isn't a 3D printing thing, but a personal thing to me. I've been trying to sell it for several years because I don't have any room for it. I need more room for 3D printers, and I haven't played it in many, many years. But I sold my drum set that I have had since I was like 15 years old. I sold it to a guy that had 5 boys. He had 5 little boys, and he was going to teach them how to play drums on it. So kind of a sad thing, but at least it went to some folks that are going to play it. So
yeah, it's going to a good home.
But I've had that set for years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to guess how many thousands of hours I have set at that drum set. Lots of them.
Yeah. Says the coast is only an hour away and the chowder is fresh. It's a nice date night. That sounds like a nice date night.
Yeah.
A little field trip out to the coast. Get some fresh seafood. People are shaming you for selling your drum kit.
Oh no.
It's time. You have another drum kit.
Well, yeah, it wasn't
not the end of his drum playing days.
It wasn't my only drum set, but it wasn't what it was, and it actually wasn't not. It was not my original drum set. My original drum set came from the pawn shop, and it only cost $200, and it was really bad. That was my original drum set. I actually traded my original drum set in to buy this set that I just played, but it is definitely the one that I just let go.
Yeah.
It is definitely the one that I've had the most time on. That is for sure. My newest drum set, the one that I played for quite a while, I bought, it was fairly expensive. And so I bought it after, I was somewhat established. The first one I had when I was a kid, right? But it didn't get near as many years of use as the old one.
Mike Fancy wants to know your secret to selling it. My youngest Spawn has drums sitting in my dining room.
It's not easy, Mike. I spent so some of you probably know Joe Mike. Joe Mike is a 3D printing person on YouTube as well. He lives down the street, basically like 20 minutes away from me. He deals in musical instruments. He's kind of a reseller type. I had like a whole studio worth of stuff down here for years. And I loaded up like 2 truckloads and took it to Joe Mike in like 2001, I want to say. Yeah, something like that. And he just sold it all off a little bit at a time for me. He sold it. And there was only a couple of things left after he was done, and one was this drum set. So it came back. So I've been trying to sell it since then. It's kind of, and I sold it for like $200. It was almost nothing, in my opinion. But it's kind of funny to me that nobody wants a drum set. It was hard to find an affordable drum set when I was 15, 16.
Right.
But I guess nobody right now wants a drum set.
Well, I mean, and maybe it goes back to shorts and TikToks and screen time and technology. I think that's
nobody's
just people's interest has changed, I think.
Nobody wants to rock anymore?
Maybe not. Good way to get girls, just saying.
Probably not now.
You don't think being a musician's a good way to get girls now?
I don't know.
I don't know, though. You spend all your days looking at screens, though. You're going to be afraid of girls.
I haven't tried to get a girl in 20 years.
Yeah, well, that's true.
But, yeah, I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know how that works nowadays. But I don't think so.
Yeah. Don't tell me you sold your Prusacaster. No.
No,
it's
still
still got it.
Still here.
I have a few basses and a couple that I haven't touched in years. Nobody wants a drum set. Everybody wants a drum machine on their iPad. Well, that's probably true.
It's probably a pretty good assessment, honestly.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Can we sell my neighbor's drum set?
I can tell you, my neighbors have probably asked that question quite a few times over the years. That one's good. Still feel like I have like 2 lefts and 2 rights or something. I need another picture. My voice feels pretty good, but I could still see where if I stretched it too long, it would still go away.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound all right.
Definitely you can feel a little
yeah, you sound fine. Yeah, it might be a little straining. You'd probably be tired after this.
So that one's supposed to go back, and that one's supposed to go back. That one, no, that one goes forward, that one goes. So the picture says it's right, so I'm good. I'm going to say that I'm good. And he must have some sort of insert or something on top here to hold that in-stock carriage or something, but that's later. We'll worry about that later. All right. So if that goes on, it goes on like that. This one goes the other way. So anyway, that happens. I'm a little bummed, but I am. I had it in the garage, the drum set in the garage for I don't know, weeks, because when you're selling something, you have like 500 people that say they want it,
Right.
but then they never show up.
Well, so many scams out there now too.
Somebody
Gee.
from Craigslist coming to your house to murder you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm sad to see the drum set go, but I am happy about all the extra space we have in the garage now. So I mean, that's something.
That is nice. The garage is picked up, nice and neat.
Now I can go buy some more crap.
Mm-hmm.
I do love crap.
Just in time for summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Andrew, you have a camera collection. A large one, apparently. You are getting to the hardest part. You're going to hate me, 3D Printing World says.
There's John right there.
Hello, John.
He's the creator of this contraption. No worries, John. We'll figure it out one way or another.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Just in time for new printer releases. That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe a nice kayak.
Kayak.
Paddleboard. Chris's Garage, second channel coming soon.
New channel. God.
I remember you had the hang printer out there for a little bit.
Oh yeah. I've got video. There's still videos out there on YouTube of me and Henky out there.
That's right.
He's trying to keep him from walking through all the strings because I had it on the ceiling and like
I remember.
Because I was trying to film it and like he kept walking in the shot. I'd bend down to show you something and then here comes the dog sniffing my face.
What are you doing? He was a good boy.
Those are good times. Good
yeah.
times. Man, it's been so long ago.
Yeah, it has been a long time.
That was like 6 or 7 years ago.
Chris's Garage Band. What do we name it? Panda Trash Talk?
Panda Trash Panda?
Trash Panda?
Isn't there some animal somewhere that they call
it's
trash
a raccoon.
Panda? Raccoon?
Yeah,
Trash Panda?
the raccoon.
There you go.
The Trash Panda. They're so cute. Their little hands. They're adorable.
This is going to be one of those builds that you're just like chipping away at. There's just so much.
It seems like it, but you're getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, and I know I complain about this all the time. It's hard to stop and then come back. If I could just leave all this stuff spread out and come back and work on it, it'd be done way faster. But I have to put it all away and then remember where I was and all that stuff.
Make videos.
Make videos.
Hoochie and the Manannies.
Another thing that
does not sound like a cool band name, man.
Yeah, don't like it.
You have to do. I think you have to do one side at a time. I'm trying to remember. 3D Printing World says he thinks you got to do one side at a time. Just trying to remember.
No worries.
Liftable tabletop. There you go. That's what you need. Is to just pick the whole thing up and move it to a cart or a stand or something.
That would be nice.
And just swap them out. That would be handy. Heavy work, though.
Yeah, that would have to be an automated process for sure.
So at work, I mean, this is kind of boring and stupid, but at work, I was trying to. They want us to put out snacks for the kids in the morning. And a lot of them, I know that they don't get fed. The Missouri School District did away with breakfast for the kids. It's just a way for them to save money. But we can put out snacks. So, like, snacks. So I put out, like, some cheese and crackers and some juice and Pop-Tarts and things like that. And I was looking for a shelf-stable item that I could put out breakfasty or at least sweeter on the sweet side. And I went with Rice Krispie treats. Somebody has suggested honey buns, but that is a frozen item and it takes up too much of my freezer space. I need something that can sit on a shelf. So there you go. Rice Krispie treats are the new snack at school, replacing the blueberry Pop-Tart that I had out. So exciting, isn't it? My life.
Well, I mean, there isn't anyone that likes snacks more than a 3D printer person.
Well, that's
You
true.
gotta have something to do while you're watching the print.
I got snacks, and we do offer them to teachers if teachers want a little something. I mean, it ain't a huge thing. Like I said, a Pop-Tart or a Rice Krispie treat or some cheese and crackers. It's pretty good. I put about 5 or 6 different snacks out. I put bags of chips. Doing the hickeys. I like that one. Andrew, I like that one. Andrew, you never answered me. Did you see Nosferatu? Did you ever watch that one? Assemble one side on the printer, then insert the extrusion into that side before doing the other.
Uh-huh. All right.
How would cereal bars do? I don't know. I haven't tried them. The ones that I have tasted myself are they're hard to eat. Like it's not like a granola bar that's nice and chewy. But maybe I got a bad one or something. But trying to find cereal bars would probably be a good one if they're soft and chewy enough. That's the problem. Their little mouths they need things that are easy to chew. Otherwise, I'm going to get stuck cutting up food, cutting up snacks, and I don't have time for that. So, but I might look into it. Andrew, we had them at Jeremy, we had them at the public school, and they went over pretty well, but I don't recall. Why no saltine fills them up and shuts them up at the same time. Saltines, huh? That's kind of boring. I do have chocolate graham crackers. Does that count?
Saltines.
Huh?
There's nothing wrong with saltines. They're delicious.
I like saltines. Nosferatu is not my cup of tea, unfortunately. It's good. It's artsy horror, Andrew. So it's artsy horror.
Somebody said
it's
about
very well done.
The red bear spool holder. Somebody said something about that.
I didn't see. I didn't see.
Thought I caught. Maybe I'm.
John, I don't know what that is. DIY. It's a DIY Cliff Bar. All right. Maybe breakfast cookie. You could remove the printer. Okay. Is there anywhere to get the kit for that printer anymore? Are you talking about a bear kit? I think they still sell them.
The bear kit, the bear kits, yes. The Mulbot, I don't believe so. And John is in the chat; he can confirm that. But I don't think that you can get these anymore.
Maurice says you can move the printer and use pulleys to lift your tabletop. Ooh, a whole rig, and have it live at the ceiling until you continue with your project. The ceiling's very low. But off to the side maybe always allows you to have one long running project that you can store. That's a good idea. Best vampire movie has Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman. I agree, and this is a Bram Stoker. This is a Bram Stoker adaptation. Nosferatu is it's the same story. Different names. Different creepy vampires.
What have they done to Thingiverse? I swear.
I'd say Gary Oldman might have been like the first. If you are a vampire movie person, Gary Oldman might have been the first, sexy vampire. I would like to say for the record that Bill Skarsgård is not a sexy vampire in Nosferatu. He is old and decrepit, scary looking vampire.
Right.
There you go. If you assembled it on the table, then you could assemble it upside down and put all the bearing and rails onto the printer as a sub-assembly. That might actually be a lot easier.
That's what I was kind of thinking, but then I got to thinking like I would do it in 2 sections.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'll probably have to do it 5 times, but I'll come up with the way to do it by the time I'm done. I was thinking about putting Y rails on, and then assembling everything X, and then just kind of lifting it up. Hopefully that works.
Yeah. Jeremy, the Lucky Charms cereal bar, you get them from Zelda. Are they soft? Are they chewy? That's all my question is. Are they don't have to be soft, but are they chewy, like easy to break off into smaller bites? Or is it, crunchy? How about Nick Cage in Renfield? So sexy. I loved Renfield, by the way. I thought it was hilarious. Do you remember, did I make you watch that Renfield movie?
I know what it is, but I don't think I remember watching it.
Yeah. Gary Oldman or Tom Cruise? I'm gonna go Gary Oldman. I didn't like Tom Cruise's character. Gary Oldman was more old world. Tom Cruise kind of complained a lot. And so did Brad Pitt in that one too, in the Interview movies. My favorite movie is Tears of the Sun. I must have seen it about 10 times. Tears of the Sun. I know the name. I'd have to look it up and see.
I know we bought shoulder bolts for this. Where are they?
Oh, there you go. There's the link. That's nice. BLD says thanks for the link.
You are welcome. Took me a second to find it because I can't remember anything.
The kids have teeth. Yes, the kids have teeth. Jeremy, thank you. I'll look into them. Yes, they have teeth, but their mouths and hands and their small motor skills, mouths and hands don't work as well. These kids are, it's the school for the severely disabled, so their mouths and hands don't work as well as you and I do. All right, we can kind of gnaw on something. They can't. They can, but then it becomes a choking hazard. So.
This is what happens.
It was a fun movie. What? Tears of... Wait a minute. I lost track of us. Oh, yes. Renfield, yes, was a fun movie. Yes, I liked it. It was funny. And I like that guy. And yes, I like Nick Cage. He's all right. He's coming back for me. He got real weird there for a little while, and now he's coming back. But I like that other one, that the guy that played the Beast in the new X-Men movies, and he was in Nosferatu. He was Thomas in Nosferatu, the new movie. And I like him. He's a pretty good actor.
This is ridiculous.
So there you go. Anyone know what size hole you need for an M4 threaded insert off the top of their heads? Practical printing. 5.7. That's pretty good. All right. Shoulder bolts are exactly where you hid them.
I guess.
Oh, okay. Don't feel bad, John. You don't know. You didn't know. It's not a big deal. They're all right. Tears of the Sun was with Bruce Willis. I'm going to have to look that one up. Maybe we'll watch it tonight.
Oh, boy.
We're way into movies now.
Uh-huh. I'm going to be down here trying to find shoulder bolts till then, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm way into movies, and he watches what I... Oh, this one. I just finally Googled it. I'm a bum. Special Ops Commander. It's on Amazon Prime for $4.
Oh boy.
Might have to check it out.
Amazon gets all my money at $4 at a time.
Yeah, might have to look at it.
I need some.
They do. We're watching Hunger Games. You got to pay for that one. Dried apricots. Yeah, we don't need to help them go to the bathroom.
Leave your work at work, dear.
Opposite. Kelsey Grammer.
This is what happens when you bring your wife to your hobby. This is a great example of the train running away. It's off the tracks.
We cover all areres of food.
You're not kidding.
You want to talk food? We'll talk food.
Whoa.
All right.
Now you're not going to say anything.
I know.
Fine. I just won't say nothing.
Now I'm nervous. Did you check the shoulder bolt box?
Yes.
There's a bar of chocolate next to it. Didn't find the chocolate. Perhaps someone ate it already. There you go.
Fine.
Yep.
It's hot in here.
Are you warm?
Are you cold?
I'm fine now.
Lights go on for a couple hours. It gets warm.
Jackie's basement. Where we talk about food. And all corners thereof. Yes. Just load up on the MREs. There.
MRE. That's funny you say that. So we had like a presentation at work. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna do this for you. We're gonna do that for you, and you should." We were talking about converting systems, and they're gonna do this and that. And when you set up your MRE, and I'm like, "What? MRE? I mean, like, what does this have to do with a meal ready to eat?" I had no idea what they because like we had been talking about this for a month, and this is the first time I've ever heard that acronym around this company. Like MRE, that makes no sense at all. But I guess it's some sort of, I don't know, the staging type environment that they use or something. But I still can't get over the fact that they call it MRE. So I kind of chuckle every time I say it now.
Yeah. Basement time with the Rileys.
Mm-hmm. Hope you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to hit that like button to see more content.
Oh, old man.
Old man?
Williker? Old man Williker. I should have read that carefully. Speaking of food, it needs to warm up so I can finish putting together my pellet smoker.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
If this tells you any, I just found these, and I maybe we've talked about this on the stream before, but I just found these in the box of LDO stuff for this build. Oh, where'd OBS go? Oh no, don't open two of them. There it is. If this tells you anything, they gave me some calendars when I bought this kit. So yeah.
I've had it for a minute.
A little bit. What did I need? Need some shoulder bolts. These are 5s, correct? 5s. Yes. But I don't think. Ah, that's why. Because a 5mm shoulder bolt has a 4mm thread on it. Now I remember how things work. Ha! But do I have any of those M4 hex nuts that I need? Oh, we got M4 squares. That's... You see? I wander around long enough, I'll figure out what's going on.
All right. Now I want to see this Tears of the Sun movie. I like Bruce Willis. That werewolf, there's a werewolf movie out now too.
Tears of the Sun is like a war movie?
It is. Yes, it says special ops. I got to look at the summary here, but yes.
Management always uses acronyms to look smart. Yeah, we do. No.
Let's see here. Oh, and now it wants to show me a trailer. Here we go. The story is based on a mission of the Canadian Joint Task Force 2 JTF2 that took place in Colombia. An ex-member of the commando wrote the original story and suggested when he met the production team of executive design on a set in Nevada. It was filmed in Nevada. So there you go. But Colombia, Canadian Special Forces, Colombia.
Canadians are going to save the day, huh?
You bet.
All right. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. Mounties. Do they still have Mounties in Canada? I would think so.
Surely they do.
Sort of a tried and true thing there. Yes. There you go.
Now you know.
The mounted police. I think New York has mounted policemen. So far, Mike says.
All right.
We'll see. Is anyone else getting served advertisements? I've had like 10 I don't know what that word is, dual advertisements so far. Are you getting advertisements? All right. Hobbies with newbies. Gonna go get dinner. Enjoy your supper. What are you having? It better be good.
It better be good.
Or awful. I don't know. Enjoy your dinner.
Better be
good. Mike's only ever seen Mounties in parades. Good to know.
What you mean they're not just like at the border? Like when you come into in Canada,
they're not pulling people over for like running stop signs.
They're standing there with their hats.
I thought they were everywhere.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought. How it worked.
Maybe like the Kingsguard type folks with the. I mean, I know they have the hats, but maybe they're just guarding something. And their horses are biting tourists. That's what they do.
Huh.
Oh, he's doing a curry. Enjoy. Premium. Maurice had pizza for dinner. The only Mounties I see are at Mardi Gras in New Orleans. I've never seen a Mountie ever. Kansas City has bicycle police. That's about as close as we get.
Yeah, and everyone makes fun of them. Oh, what just happened?
Up in the more remote areas, as far as I know, we have local and provincial police officers around. All right, good to know.
For when you go to Canada.
For when I go to Canada and I see a Mountie, I won't be surprised.
Look, it's a Mountie.
I know what's going to happen. I'll point and look at him like the dumb American that I am. Take pictures too.
You gotta make sure your mouth's open. That's what Americans do.
I need to wear a shirt with a big old flag on it.
You can't have a YouTube thumbnail unless your mouth's open.
That's true.
Shoulder bolts. Somebody said they're in the shoulder bolts box. I do have a shoulder bolts box.
Yeah.
But are they the correct ones? I don't know. Can you see it from there? Too much white.
I see. It's.
It won't focus.
No, well, I mean, it says shoulder bolts. I can
you can see shoulder bolts on it.
Yeah.
There you go. I do have a shoulder bolts box. Let's see if they're the right ones.
I hope it works. Poutine and maple syrup in your courtesy packet. I do like poutine. That's good stuff. Chili for a chilly day. BB's is having chili. There you go. Maurice wants to know if you found your chocolate bar. He's still working on it. The Kingsguard. If you'll notice, the horse hit nasty people, kids with congestive or specific issues. The horse is super calm, and the rider moves horse to frame. I have seen that, John. I have seen that on some of the videos where it just depends on the mood. Maybe though, I wonder if the Kingsguard can direct the horse, bite her. She's too close, bite her. And then, or if he just, and then nice to the little ones. It pulls on, it does. It's very sweet. I saw a couple one where like a blind kid could go over and see the horse, or the kid, with Down syndrome. It's really sweet. The horse, they'll scoot over for the horse. Oh, it's very sweet.
Let's see. How
I don't know.
To be?
Joe wants to know, what do the Mounties say anything? Do they have a line? So the Kingsguard says, "Make way for the Kingsguard." But then they scream it at you if you're in their way. And then
I don't know. I've never seen a mount.
Cops here don't. I mean, we don't have police here don't have a line. I don't think.
You got any warrants? That's the line from police here.
That's right. Is there anything sharp that you're gonna poke me with?
Yeah, I've heard that many times.
Not that you've ever been
Not that I've
pat
ever
down or
been
harassed
around
by the police
I'm completely
in our great nation.
I've completely. I'm a stand-up citizen that has never had any run-ins with the police, and if I do, I just thank them for their service.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Have you been drinking? Yes, that's one.
Yeah, what of it?
Any bombs or sharp objects in your pockets? Now the comments are coming in. I thought it was freeze. I can do a lot, but I have never been able to freeze. Way too cold. Yeah, freeze.
Freeze.
That's true. I'm not sure what they say. I haven't seen a Mountie in many years around these parts. Yeah. Yes. What did any bombs or sharp objects in your pockets? Any bombs?
Yeah. I like it when they think they're funny. Any nuclear weapons on you? I'm like, oh yeah, that's so funny.
No, and you better not joke about it either.
Yeah, going to jail.
Just say no. They can dish out the jokes.
Can't take them.
They don't like
at all.
They don't think you're funny.
They don't think I am funny at all. Not even a little bit.
Yeah. There you go. Keep a copy of the Geneva checklist on hand. That's. Is that your Miranda? Is that the Canadian version of the Miranda, the Geneva checklist? You have the right to remain silent. You all know the Miranda. So anyway, yes. I've had a couple scrapes with the law in my youth. Nothing. He says, yeah. It's your list of rights that the cops have to rattle off to you when they arrest you. You have the right to remain silent, and I won't read them all out. If you've watched television your entire life, then you would know. Oh, it's a list of war crimes. Do you know how fast you were going? Maybe. How fast do you think I was going? I play dumb. Nope, I have no idea.
One time I actually said, I'm pretty sure you know.
That's clever. Well, I got here as fast as I could.
Again, they didn't think it was funny.
Yeah. Thank you for the memberships, Maurice.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Even though it's just me wandering around looking for stuff.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And talking about law enforcement. Get out of the car, long hair. That's what they said to Chris. And they threw his lunch on the floor.
Yeah, they did. Those jerks. That's okay.
Yeah.
No hard feelings at all. I was just going to work.
I make them. Do you know how fast you were going? No. Do you know why I pulled you over? No. Have you had anything to drink? No. I'm just a no. No across the board. I mean, not that I'm not polite. It doesn't pay to be rude to them, but I don't help either. But I haven't been pulled over in a long time.
I haven't either.
Did I get a ticket? No. Yeah, I haven't had any.
I feel like I'm just going around in circles now. I've been up for like 3 hours. It's time for a nap.
Get out of the car, long hair.
Because, yeah, this whole thing is just going to have to set, like, on this dude. And I don't think that would cause us any problems if we just kind of set it on there for now.
Time to get this printer pushing plastic.
I can next time this is on stream, we'll be much further along. I'll go ahead and tell you that now.
John, he'll snuggle up on the couch here. He'll lay down on the couch after this for a little while.
Actually, I could use 3 or 4 dozen more cups of coffee. I'll be good to go. Did I ever get any 5mm teeth police?
Jeff says, just tell the cops that you pay their salary. They really respect you after that. Yeah, that's a good way to get on. That's a way to get on their good side.
Oh, man.
They really enjoy that.
Yeah, I saw that happen once. It was not pretty. Whew, he was mad.
Bob Karn says, get the Titanic GIF ready. It's been 84 years since you started this project. It's true. And I can still remember when we voted on what color we were going
to...
Yeah. There you go. That's it. Exactly. That we just keep moving a little bit at a time. Time to head out. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too, John. Have a good one. A nap will help your voice.
True. See you later.
Time to rest. Thanks, John.
It's further than I was at the start of the stream, that's for sure.
Yep, just moving right along.
I should have a couple of day window, at least a couple of days here, where I can actually do some building.
Yeah. I think that's the only way. You were saying this earlier. I think that's really the only way to get these big projects done is a time jump.
Yeah, this one is huge. Plus, it's not like I'm following. It's one thing when I just go, okay, we're gonna do 20 pages of the manual today. You know, and this is not that.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of time to like figure things out and look at the diagram and all that kind of stuff.
Words to never use when pulled over. I'm a sovereign citizen. Have you seen those videos? They're hilarious when they get in front of a judge and they claim, I'm not driving, I'm traveling, and you don't need a license for that. I've heard that a couple of times.
What?
That's hilarious.
Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, so funny. I have seen that. Section 31 is out now. I think it came out last night. We're going to watch it. And I like that Michelle Wu. She's really cool. The lady that's in that. If you have any questions, let 3D Printing World know, and he'll help you out.
Yes, of course, John. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure I'll have some for you before the week is out.
Yes. But yeah, claim to be a sovereign citizen. That usually goes over well.
They like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I was traveling. What's the matter with people?
Ah, bummer. Sergio says that Section 31 is not very good. We'll watch it anyway, but that's too bad. That's disappointing. I didn't really watch that Star Trek. I watched the first season of Star Trek Discovery, and then I hadn't gotten back into it. I watched Silicon Valley again over the last 2 weeks. Such a good show. Did you ever watch Silicon Valley?
No, that's one of those ones that people tell me about all the time.
Is it funny? Is it a funny show?
Yeah, I think it's like a kind of an office type of thing. Like, not, the same, but... People say it's really good.
There you go. Hello. Curtis West says, don't feel bad. I haven't printed in almost a year. I just finished my upgrades on my printers, and my custom Core XY is a workhorse thanks to Chris's videos and others teaching me so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Curtis.
Now to get to travel in the back of a cruiser. Now they're all covered in plastic, cage, plastic seats. Computing network mainframe stuff.
Silicon Valley. So I think it's
oh, I see. IT computing, network mainframe stuff, compression, etc. Silicon Valley taught me about venture capital backing.
Nice.
You would like this show. We might have to check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. That's one of those. Every time I sit down on the couch, I was like, "What should we watch?" And I can't remember any of the things that I've been thinking about watching. Forever.
I try to write stuff down, and I don't, Have you
Boy,
seen Mr. Robot? I have not seen Mr. Robot. That was on USA, I think. And
isn't that the guy that like played Freddie Mercury or
yes,
whatever?
yes.
I don't know that I like him that much. He's okay.
Remy.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Remy. He's all right. A little different.
All right, kind of a little different.
Yeah.
And then our extruders will fit on top like so. It's probably done these in different colors. I guess it's not too late, but I could like red extruder go, blue extruder go.
That might have made assembly a little easier.
That's what I think robots sound like in my head.
A contemporary and culturally resonant drama about a young programmer, Elliot, who suffers from a debilitating antisocial disorder and decides that he can only connect to people by hacking them. Interesting.
Say,
spoiler, there's no robots. Good to know.
Spoiler.
All right. 1 star. Duff is disappointed that there's no robots. 1 star. There's no robots in this story.
Like it.
And Mr. Robot. That's funny.
Here we go.
That might be a good one.
So what are maybe those are just like guides to like help you put it together. If they are though, they just thread into plastic. Ah! Oh, that one's gone forever.
I heard it over here.
That's all right. I got spares. I'll put it on your desk. I'll get it later. I don't need it right at the moment. Don't fall out of the chair. That'll be YouTube gold.
Landed over by me.
Well, then it was a good shot.
Yeah, it was. Way to go. Here, catch.
As a young man, you learn early when somebody says, here, catch, you start getting paranoid. What?
That's not a fun game.
We don't throw things.
At least you're not breaking any doors of 3D printers.
It's true.
Yes.
I probably already told that story. Nice look of shock. Yeah, exactly. What? Huh? Bar? It's like when the dog hears the doorbell. I probably already told that story, but Uncle Jesse and I, we're not like, best buddies or anything. We don't call each other on the phone and talk about hairstyles or anything like that. We know each other. He's a good guy. I don't really know him that well, again, but yeah, Clayton. But I get a message from him the other day. I don't know if I told this story, but I'm completely missing that whole. He got a Christmas card from, I want to say it was Big Tree Tech. I don't remember who it was, but my Christmas card from Big Tree Tech was stuck to the back of his.
Yeah.
So he like pulled them apart and sent me a picture like, hey, I got your Christmas card here. I'm like, sweet, thanks. I appreciate it. So I guess he got 2 cards and I didn't get one. But that's okay. he was nice enough to send it on to me via a picture anyway. So good on him. Thank you, Uncle Jesse.
I did manage to rip the door off my Prusa enclosure the other week.
You did.
Good for you. There you go.
So we want, I don't know. What do I know about anything?
Mhm.
3 a.m. hair calls are the best. Absolutely.
I'm not sure I get it. What 3 a.m. hair calls?
I just said that I don't, me and Uncle Jesse don't,
Oh, I
we don't
see.
talk to each other
Yes.
about hairstyles or
Sorry.
anything.
Yes. Have I met Uncle Jesse? I don't think so.
You probably have, like, once in passing.
Mm-hmm.
At one of the shows, who knows how many years ago or whatever. I've only seen him 2 or 3 times in person myself, so he doesn't come to all the shows. But yeah, he's around. He's a really nice guy.
Uncle Ron, I know that one.
Oh, Uncle Ron, yeah. Uncle Ron's
Yeah.
classic. I haven't seen him in a while.
He was on a stream a few months ago talking about driving down to Florida, but that's about all I remember. Oh.
So I still got a Prusa mini enclosure we have to do a video for. I've got to get that box turtle stuff. Well, let's just for fun. So I'm struggling on this. I'm gonna have to sort out some shoulder bolts or whatever for our
Hey, Glenn.
to continue on that. I'm gonna have to figure out a few things. But bear with me a moment. I think I already pulled in all of the box turtle parts. Kind of curious how all this is gonna work. What? Oh yeah, I donated to the 1440 Maker thing, and like if you donated so much, you got all these different STL files. It's like 6 gigs worth of stuff. I haven't gone through any of it yet, but there's a lot of stuff in there, so that's awesome. Maybe I need to download it again. Yeah, I'm totally over coughing.
Yeah, I bet you are. You haven't you've been kind of. This stinks. Coughs seem to hang around too. The older I get, the harder it is to. Yeah.
All right.
What are they? Just what files on? I know about 3D printing, but like STLs or?
I guess. I really don't know.
Huh.
I haven't gotten there and dug around yet. Oh, of course, these are all well organized.
Oh, Foytus Mint and Wexter, Glenn says.
Yeah, I guess it's just a bunch of models and stuff. Check your spam folder if you didn't receive it. Good advice.
Yeah.
So this is like box turtle stuff. I'm just kind of like dumping it in the. This is my method. I just kind of dump everything into the slicer to see what it is and what it's going to entail to print. Because I think there is a ton of parts. Spooler, oh man.
Yeah, he has a box turtle Bugo, and we're gonna build it sometime. I don't know when though. Maybe next stream.
Might take me a month to print all these parts out.
Yeah.
So it looks like this spooler thing, it's got an automatic like rewinder system so that it puts it back on the spool, so that's sweet. But it's going to take a lot to print that out. So we'll work on that. Skirts, this is the fancy stuff. Let's open all this stuff. Computer's going to crash here in a second. No. Yeah, that's all the fancy stuff.
Kick off the Twitch print cam again.
Yeah, I should get back to doing that. I was trying to be good and like do a lot of Twitch stuff, and Get so lazy.
Yeah.
Cold.
That's the problem when
I
it's
don't want to
cold.
do anything.
I
Can sit on the couch.
don't want to do nothing.
Nope.
Some need to be in TPU and some need to be printed multiple times.
Yes.
All those parts to select colors floor, Mike says. It is a lot of work to maintain content streams. It seems like you're always down here messing with it.
Yeah, I can't come down here, when I'm nude and, do stuff. Because, that's every time I'm not on a stream, I'm not wearing any clothes. So, and I don't want to incriminate myself. Which I don't care if people see me nude, but, there could be legality involved. People are going to call the cops. It's going to be a whole thing.
There are kids around.
Could burn someone's retinas. You never know. Yeah, we got to stay family friendly.
Pants are overrated.
They are overrated. So, I mean, there's multiples of all of these, right? Like, especially these guys. These are going to be quite the... Because that's where the spool sets, that giant tray. Those are going to be interesting. But, like, Mike's right. Like, these I actually got. They print these out of TPU. They include those in the kit now. Jason actually told me that. Like, don't worry about those. They're in the kit. So, that's good. So, I mean, it's a lot of parts, but you got to imagine a lot of this is ×4. So I'm definitely going to have to lay this out. The good news is the new version of Prusa Slicer lets you do multiple plates so I can stage it. But I guess one of the questions is, like, what would you want to do? Would you like, because you got to print everything 4 times, should they be different colors? Or would it matter because you would never have a matching color to go with that lane? I think you just do them all the same color and save myself some time.
Well, it might make assembly a little easier, though, if you did different colors and arrange them by whatever it is, some way to arrange them. I don't know.
It's true.
Well, I mean, like, this left and right would have been handy.
I don't know. I'll have to think on it.
Then, I mean, so you want to work on the front end and decide colors for what category, or do you want to deal with it on the back end and figure out your left and right parts? So either way, it's work.
Yeah. True. Backstreet Boys PJs? That would be pretty
The basement is closing optional.
If you can stand the cold.
If you want to walk around here barefoot, he's come upstairs with more than one piece of filament in the bottom of his foot.
Oh, yeah.
Clothing discouraged. I wish Prusa Slicer would omit the prime tower and only one filament is selected. Can get quite annoying with auto arrange.
I know, and there's a way to hack your way around it, but you're right. There should be like, hey, you've only got one extruder, then this should just go away. But yeah, that is something I always found annoying. We should, or I guess I should tell somebody about that.
Yeah. You don't want anybody to see you in your Backstreet Boys pajamas, Spider-Man underwear.
If I had Backstreet Boys pajamas, I want everybody to see that.
Mike Fancy says orange, red, blue, and green. There you go.
X-Slayer X is here. We need to get it back out. That was like the best stream we've had in
the ferrofluid.
95%.
Printer stuff 5%. We should bring it downstairs with us, shouldn't we?
We should. I thought about it yesterday, and it was a short-lived thought.
We'll grab it next time. Underoos edition. That's right.
But would red filament work in a blue spool holder? Good question. It'll fight. Underoos edition. Oh. All right. So there's so much to do on this. But at least I have a better idea of what we're getting ready to do so that I can fill in some of the gaps. I still don't think I have the correct shoulder bolts for this, but I'll go review my diagram a little closer. And this 2 hours is probably about as much as my voice can do for one day. So that's good. Well, it's been a real bummer that I've been sick. I've missed so much stuff. I feel so far behind now. When it's karaoke in the basement, not anytime soon.
We don't karaoke. Yeah. We watch karaoke and laugh at people doing karaoke.
It's rough.
Green and yellow. Fluorescent green and yellow. There you go. All right.
Totally 80s.
Dart tournament in the garage.
Dart tournament.
We have dart tournament. Uno tournament. He's been kicking my butt.
Uno.
Gosh.
Health over streams, absolutely. And I can't do streams if I can't talk. Glenn has already booked his room for Murph. Nice. You're way ahead.
Have you? Wow.
Nice.
Right. Well, Murph, something to look forward to. I'm glad that they come out with a date a little earlier than it seems. Normally, you don't really know until like March. I'm glad that they're getting on it if you're going to do it, you know.
I'm just glad they're doing it again.
Me too.
Every year I'm like, will they do it one more year?
I really love Murph. And I'd be interested to talk to the guys that run it. Just ask them, you know, are you at least getting your money back? You know, are you guys, you know, are you doing okay? Is this a labor of love or are you actually making money on it? That's what I'd like to know. I have a feeling it's a labor of love.
Yeah, I think they just break even.
Well, I mean, but if it's not too much trouble and you get your money back, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
It's always so much fun. It's so easygoing. Just whatever. Come when you want to come. Leave when you want to leave. Labor of guilt. Are we shaming them into it, Mike? We might. I wonder, maybe it's pressure from the community. All right. We'll do it again. Really like for somebody else to do this, though. It's all set for Rocky Mountain already. Oh, that's in April, right? Are they doing that? When's the date of Rocky Mountain?
I think they moved that closer to summer. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. May.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Somebody will come up with it in a second.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're wrapping it up, Armor 3D. We were working on the IDEX. Yeah. May. Rocky Mountains in May.
Those are going to be pretty close to one another. Yeah, we're wrapping it up for today. This is the Moldex IDEX build. If you want information on the build, there's some links in the description. This will not be the last build, of course. It is not done. But so we'll be back soon.
All right.
May this year. Rooms are expensive because of graduation season.
Yeah. Chris Russell says he's 7.5 hours away. I'm assuming from Murph. That's about us. That's about for us too. Around 7.5, 8 hours. Yeah. So not bad. Not bad. Okay. Well.
All right, all. Well, we did some stuff. We'll be back. Thanks for all the super chats and all of the Team Basement add-ons. We appreciate that. I love to see that grow. I do occasionally put some stuff out just for those people that are in basement bragging rights, so look out for that. And just coming to hang out with us on the stream is always appreciated. So we'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks. I have some other streams ideas coming up, maybe next week. I don't know. I got to talk to a few people, but I'll put the notification out as soon as I know. Hopefully give you some time. So if you want to join, you can. But until then, we'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Stay warm.
Thank you.
Go eat something fun for your weekend.
That's right. It's Saturday. Cheat night. Good night.